This is Kendra.
And this is Brianna. Welcome to Camp Comparisons,
where she's in one camp and I'm in the other. All right, this is part 2 of our season 3 predictions episode, I guess.
Yeah.
And before we get into where we're at, I have some new thoughts to put out from just listening to other podcasts and reading news and listening to interviews, okay?
Yeah, I feel like we need to start with the fact that Apollo was cast.
That's what I was going to start with.
Because in our last episode...
they're not releasing the data. They're hiding who the casting is.
Yeah.
So Apollo is going to be in season 3 after we just went through this whole episode of saying he's not going to be.
Yeah. So... he probably will show up to give them a ride. Will that scene be a Thalia and Apollo scene, or will it just be Apollo being like, okay, come on, let's go?
Do you think that Artemis is just going to be like, I need you to bring them safe passage?
And then we just get like a time skip. Like we just go visit with whatever Clarice's up to. And then we come back and there's that camp.
Or is Apollo only showing up in the scene later where he's the homeless person that gets him on the...
No, but like... I feel like setting up him and Artemis's relationship ahead of time is going to bring it together better.
I feel like if they're going to cast someone that they're so excited about that they're not even telling us, then he is going to show up, you're right. And he's going to somehow bring them safe passage.
Ryan Reynolds. Just kidding. I don't think they have that much budget.
Ryan Reynolds. Oh my goodness.
Would you be such a good Apollo though?
They have Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah, but I feel like...
Ryan Reynolds is a bigger budget.
Well, yeah, it's not that... I don't know.
But also, was not Ryan Reynolds also... You do know the Ryan Reynolds and the Walker Scobell relationship, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Walker was younger Ryan Reynolds.
Maybe he will come.
That would be funny.
He'd be really good
I
Apollo.
would be all for him as an Apollo. He would be the perfect Apollo.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to change our prediction that he is going to show up. I do not think we're going to see a big school bus scene and that Thalia is going to almost burn, and freeze all of these different towns as they go by.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I just think that that's a lot of CGI work and other work. That's just a lot.
I think he's just going to get him safe passage somehow.
Yeah, and have some banter with Artemis. Have some banter with the hunters, like hitting on the hunters and all of them being like, please stop. Mm-hmm. And maybe Thalia's like a little, like, charmed by him, but then that's it. And then we'll just be at camp.
Yeah. And does he flirt with the hunters a little bit? Yes.
Yes. That's what I said.
Oh, did you say it?
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, my mind went slightly... I was suddenly thinking, wait, we haven't seen any naiads in the water, other than that one that, like, comes and talks to Percy, but we don't see him in the pond at... You know how like they crash
really visit the pond.
I know, but there's so many different scenes, and then there is the scene in the bottom of the pond. I'm just wondering what they're doing. Okay, yeah. So we also have Dior in an interview, saying that mentioning that she is in season 3, and all she gives us is something about how they're really smart. They figured out how to use Clarice as a tool in season 3, and that the relationship that like brings about that toolage is the word she uses is very surprising. So we know she's going to be put in season 3, which I'm not surprised about. We thought maybe we would just see her little adventure
in the
labyrinth, but now this throws me off. What relationship with who? How is she a tool?
It being surprising makes me think it's not Selena, it's not Ares, and it's not
it's not Chris Rodriguez.
And it's not
I'm not
Chris,
surprised about that.
That would be surprising at all. So are they going to give her a whole new love interest?
No. I say no. I don't think it's going to be a love interest thing. I think it's going to be some other connection she has. Does she have a sister in the Hunters?
Huh.
How are they using Clarice?
But she's supposed to be in the labyrinth.
She is, because it literally brings us to the next book.
That's how we get into the next book, is her report on what's happening and us figuring out that Luke's trying to use the labyrinth to get into camp, blah, blah, blah. So yes, it's very important. So maybe
if she just said, oh yeah, don't worry, they figured out how to put me in season 3, I'd be like, oh yeah, because we're going to see you in the labyrinth. But now that she's saying they're using her as a tool,
yeah,
what is she talking about?
Who is using her as a tool is the question.
Well, she was talking about the writers, I think.
Fair enough.
But still, that means
tool to get what done though? Because again,
is that's a good point. Is the tool to set up season 4?
Because that's what she's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, that's sort of thrown me off. I'll have to. I don't know. I can't. Like, is she gonna show up and help them? See, I'm a little bit. I get confused because Walker's saying this one's really close. I think season 3 is really close to the book. I think also confuses us because what we think is really close to the book may not be the same thing that Walker's saying. So we have to like be careful about
and
that.
plus, you might just be talking about Percy's adventure.
Yeah, exactly. And then also the fact that Daniel Deemer has definitely still been involved, and yet in the book he's only in like 2 phone calls. I start to wonder.
Maybe that's the relationship. Maybe her and Tyson are somehow working together.
Maybe Tyson shows up at camp and is like, "Where's Percy?" And then
they go into
they go off on
together.
their own. Yeah,
like, anything could happen.
Oh man, I couldn't even begin to guess. I just feel like we're seeing more. I changed my prediction a little bit on the Tyson thing because I feel like we're going to see more of Tyson. I feel like they're going to have him do something that we're not expecting.
You could just be in all of Percy's dreams, every one of them.
I guess so.
Yeah, I
guess so. She also mentions something in there just about like how Clarice and Thalia's relationship is very interesting. Dior in the thing was talking about how she sees that Clarice is actually kind of intimidated by Thalia, and that Thalia has always been someone for her that she's been like slightly scared of, or like trying to be like that, like her dad has like created Clarice to replace Thalia in a way. Like she's got the spear just like Thalia does. And
interesting.
Yeah, she had a very interesting view of what she thought Clarice felt about Thalia, that she said that she thinks that if she knew what Thalia looked like, if Clarice had known what Thalia looked like, Thalia would have been the one giving her that prophecy in the beginning of season 2, not herself, because she's constantly trying to, for her dad's sake, one up of this person that she doesn't even know.
That's crazy.
And I thought, wow, what an interesting thing. So when she's saying all that, is that giving us a clue for season 3?
I don't know.
Is there going to be is she going to try to one up Thalia? But see, now we're talking about changing the whole story.
Yes.
So I don't know. Again, we'll see. But I just want to throw all that out that to confuse everybody.
Yeah.
Because that's all it did for me.
Yeah.
Didn't help me at all.
It's so hard to say.
It is hard to say. Where we ended was talking about like him having that phone call with his mom and seeing Paul and being like, blowfish, and then whatever. And then her saying, yeah, you should go.
And we talked about how maybe Paul would be off camera in the TV show, and we have more of a mention of him in case they don't want to cast him this early. But now, I don't know. Like, who knows?
See, now I'm wondering, do they have a Rachel casting and they haven't told us either? Like,
yeah.
How much are they hiding from us?
Hopefully a lot, because that makes it more fun.
I would love a Paul.
Yeah.
I would love a Rachel.
And because, like, these are characters that are going to be prominent enough in season 4 that if they just cast them near the end of filming, do their scenes last. Aren't they already greenlit for season 4? Or am I imagining things? Yeah. So they could just go right into doing more scenes with them for the next season. It's not like they would have, like, such a big break between starting and the next season. So
yeah,
it could be very easy to do in theory.
Yeah. And this is the chapter, the one about everyone hates me but the horse or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this chapter ends with our first like real blackjack in this story moment, which is why it's everyone hates me but the horse.
Right, which is a perfect time to
Which is why I think that's a perfect episode title as well. Yeah. Because this is when Blackjack comes to rescue him. Well, he has a dream about Annabeth, which will probably be in there. I think that these dreams are totally going to be in there. If not, we're just going to have Annabeth's story and then Percy waking up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because... Yeah.
And then he can just be like, yeah, I saw Artemis rescuing Annabeth, but we, the viewers, get like the actual way Annabeth more
story.
Of her story.
Yeah, so I really do think we're going to see Artemis take over. I mean, they need to have Artemis take over.
Otherwise Annabeth dies.
Yeah.
So
and here we have Luke sort of arguing for Annabeth's life with the general, because he's just sort of like kill her. He's like done with her. He's like, oh good, she served her purpose.
Yeah.
I think of course that's going to be in there with the way Luke and Annabeth's story goes.
Yeah.
But there's interesting. I kind of forgot how much like when there are Luke apologists out there. And then I read things like the general telling Luke, the lives of all mortals will be meaningless. Meaning that he's planning on killing everybody on planet Earth other than demigods and monsters. And maybe even demigods too, because, you know.
Probably.
Yeah. And then I think Luke is still supporting this guy. I'm sorry to all you apologists out there. I just can't do it.
No.
I can't.
I can't
apologize for him.
I want us to all live in harmony.
Except for all the mortals.
All of the mortals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they don't deserve harmony.
All of those kids.
It's like, I get that...
What about the dogs?
I know his relationship with his mom was like bad, but like you really want. That's just
No, I don't even think he would want his mom particularly to die. I don't think Luke's thinking.
no.
But that doesn't give me any kind of warm and fuzzy feeling about him.
No, he's just dumb.
It's very dumb.
So yeah, then Blackjack comes to get Percy.
Right.
And to rescue sea creatures. I mean, this has to happen.
It's going to be like interesting how they
setting
do this.
up the whole plot of this book. So it better happen.
I'm going to be the weird one out there. No, I almost want to say it's not going to happen. He's going to go walking on the ocean, on the beach, and he's going to see this cow serpent.
I just feel like it gives us some more Blackjack too, but it really depends how they do Blackjack. Are we going to get Blackjack's personality at all?
Well, we get a lot of Blackjack throughout this. But Blackjack, he could have a conversation. Blackjack could say, hey, we found some sea creature, hanging out that we don't know. Come talk to it, maybe.
Yeah.
Although he can't talk to this sea creature.
The thing about the TV show, the way that it shows other people's stories could make it so like this happens canonically in the TV show, but do we get to see the whole thing? What if Blackjack just comes, wakes him up, tells him that sea creature needs rescuing, and then you see Percy like jump into the water, like a really cool scene where he jumps off of the back and into the water, and then we just go see Annabeth at that point or whatever. Just we see something else going on, and then you see Percy like petting Bessie and being like, "You're okay."
Yeah, that would be a great way to do it if they wanted to give us this, but I'm gonna lean towards the prediction that that's not how we're getting introduced to Bessie. That Bessie just pops up.
But it makes it make way more sense why Bessie is following him everywhere, because he like in the book it's like, well, the serpent must be, the cow serpent creature must be so thankful, must be whatever, because I rescued. And
we're supposed to constantly be thinking that and not be getting any kind of clue that this is the monster they're looking for. Yeah. I don't disagree with you. I'm just giving, listen, I'm rewatching the episodes and there's things they do that still now, even the third time rewatch, I'm like, I still don't get why you did that. It was so dumb. So I don't consider I just consider that's a tricky scene to show, and they'll probably just find another way to show it.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe.
That's why we do predictions.
We get to the next chapter, which is now called I Make a Dangerous Promise, which I think the next 3 chapter titles would be all great episode titles.
What are the next 3?
I Make a Dangerous Promise, I Learn How to Grow Zombies, and I Break a Few Rocket Ships. But if I had to guess, I'd say I Learned How to Grow
Zombies is the best.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
But we do have to remember that we only get 8 episode titles, and this is 20 chapters, so it's really hard to say.
I know.
At the very end of this episode, we should make an official guess
on all of them.
8 chapters that we think were going to be the episode titles.
Well, I feel like to do that, we would have to figure out what the 8 episodes main challenges are going to be, and I don't know if we'll have to see how much time we have if we can do that.
Yeah.
So a big chunk of this chapter is that rescue scene with Bessie.
Yeah.
But then on the way back, he finds Nico, who's like what's it called, eavesdropping on Bianca and Zoe. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And then he like sneaks up behind him and stuff, but he hears part of it about like what's her name not coming, what's the Phoebe not being able to come, and that they don't want anybody else. And it's interesting because Zoe's like, I just know we need to not replace with someone else. Well, that's because Percy's coming.
Yes.
And Percy's supposed to be the one.
Yeah, because so this prophecy says that they need 5 people, which worries them a little bit because they're like, quests are only supposed to be 3 people. Right. Whenever it's more than 3, only 3 come back, which is going to be true. Don't
Dangerous,
have more than 3. 2 of them will die. It
says in the prophecy that 2 of them will die.
Well, it says one will get lost in the land without rain, and that's
why forever no one thought Bianca was dead.
That's true, because they just thought she was lost.
It's a weird thing.
I think, but the reason why it's phrased like that is so that they can think, oh, it's Phoebe. Because the land without rain, because we control the weather at Camp Half-Blood.
Yeah. So, that one's done already.
Yeah. That's why it's worded like that.
Okay.
So, anyway, so yes.
So, do you think they're going to have this? I don't know if we're going to have this little conversation. I feel like we're going to skip this whole... Oh, no, because we need Nico to tell... Nico is definitely going to make Percy promise to take care of his sister.
Yes.
And to go. So, yes, somehow he does bump into Nico before he takes off.
Definitely.
And then also, he is obviously going to go off on Blackjack. He has to. We have Blackjack.
Cap here, though. I wonder how that's going to happen. Is he going to have the invisibility cap or not?
He's not going to need it.
I guess.
Oh, no, he absolutely
He
needs
does
it.
need it, because that's how he does, like, everything.
That's how he watches the zombies growing.
Yep.
He's just going to be sneaky?
I don't know. Maybe like at the beginning of this season, and like
Luke like
ships it back to
no,
portals it, throws it at
They
his
literally
head.
zoomed on this invisibility cap.
I know, I don't understand.
Well, you know what we also don't have? Oh no, we do have Luke in here. I was thinking maybe they find some way for Luke and Percy to tussle somewhere, because everybody loves that. Yeah. But I don't know. That's a good question, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, that doesn't work. I was going to say maybe when he goes to this next spot where they're like in the that museum.
Yeah.
He's like sees Luke.
I know.
With it like in his back. And somehow steals it from him.
But then we'd have to assume that between the beginning of the book, or the beginning of the season, and that moment when Percy takes it back, that Luke must use it for something. Because why else would he have it? He must use it in some way before Percy gets it back, because again, like, otherwise why would he have it?
I'm very confused about the invisibility hat. It throws everything off for me.
It's so confusing. Anyways, so we're gonna probably get the scene where Dionysus catches Percy as he's leaving.
Oh, I was gonna say we won't. So we'll see.
Oh, but everyone loves that actor so much, and when else is he in this? When else is Dionysus
Sure,
in
but
this?
it's not going to be on top of the Chrysler Tower or something like that.
No,
it might be
just
even
right
before
as
he
leaving.
leaves camp. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I just think in general we're gonna have a Dionysus Percy scene.
Okay.
Where he lets him go, and we're like, maybe we don't hate you too much.
Yeah.
Because it also starts changing the relationship.
Well, because when they ask him to save them later, he makes all those guys go crazy so they can get out. You know.
So this can like start that. Like,
yeah.
Okay, maybe he's not all the time bad.
Okay.
So I think that we'll have that. And then the zombies.
We're in the I learned how to grow zombies now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The zombies are extremely important to the plot of this book. It helps give us the hint of Bianca. It helps show us that who Nico is. So I see no reason why Percy is not going to somehow, some way, or I don't know, maybe not Percy. I mean, I guess since this TV show isn't only Percy's point of view, it could be some way else that we see these zombies grow.
I guess it's true. I guess they could do that scene. You're right. Maybe that's why he doesn't need his invisible cap. They can do that scene where we see the zombies grow, and then all of a sudden these things are coming after them. I guess it wouldn't be particularly Percy then, which kind of throws things off because they grab Percy's sleeve. Unless Luke is like, no, but they don't know. Luke doesn't know that Percy's on the... Or maybe they do know that they're just like, Percy, of course he went on the quest because he's Percy. Not sure.
I don't know. This is so many good questions.
I thought it was the hunters that they really wanted them to
track the hunters. But then they grabbed a bit of Percy's sleeve.
Well, it's possible that they tell them to track the hunters, and in this particular universe, they also get a hold of Percy's sleeve somehow too later and try to track him as well. You know what I mean?
Track him to give half-blood. Yeah, I think that's perfectly reasonable.
Mm-hmm. We do also see Dr. Thorne in this one, which I'm sure we will since he's cast.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to get the cute little tigers. What do you think?
I don't know. It is really funny. Like, it's really
little kittens
funny.
Come out. I mean, they might be able to do that in their current humor state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like a quick bit just for laughs, and they don't really come up again.
Yeah.
But it would be cool.
And then the Airspace Museum is definitely going to be there because that's been talked about by all the kids who are...
Yeah, and I hope he'll shoot... I hope that the way he defeats the Nemenian lion is the same way. I want him to shoot space food into his mouth and make him choke. Like, that's how...
Are they going to have the... I mean, they have to have the Nemean lion, right?
Yes,
like,
because
if they could have
Percy has this whole plot thing where he has, like, the armor...
and that's what he sacrifices.
And that's what he sacrifices to his dad.
Yeah.
I mean, if Walker is saying this is close to the book, they've kept in almost every monster. The Hydra was, like, the only thing cut out last. Mm-hmm. And that's only because... And the
bronze bulls, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Which no one really cares about.
And like the bear twins. But, to be fair, all those things could be easily replaced. But this holds more plot to it.
And if they can do that one big, what's the one they did at the St. Louis Arch? They can do that monster.
Chimera.
They can do
a Nemenian lion. Yeah, it just looks like a normal lion. The only thing magical about it is its impenetrable coat. It just looks like a normal lion. Yeah. Even that much.
Okay,
CGI.
fair enough. Also, in this scene is where Zoe actually gains respect from Zoe, and she's like, "You're part of the quest now."
Yeah, because he saves all of them. First of all, he warns them.
Yep.
And then he saves them all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but she's like, "Nope, you're part of it." She just knew it, which is really cool.
Yeah, and this is the first time in book history that we have them saving mortals by pulling the fire.
Oh, fire alarm to get them.
Yeah, but we saw that in season 1.
Yeah.
It's just something. they'll probably
and that's literally, that is the whole chapter 10, which is I break a few rocket ships.
Yep.
Right?
And now we have Grover gets a Lamborghini, which I think is a great title. And this is where we get the Apollo dream as they're traveling.
Well, this is where they're running away and they come across a homeless Apollo, not knowing it's Apollo. And he says, oh, you want to go west or whatever? There's a train over there. And then disappears.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying that because I love that scene.
It is a good scene.
But this is also where we get the conversation about the subway and how Bianca realized that she's like, well, this is new. And they're like, how is this new? They kind of don't finish that conversation until later when they ask her what the last president was.
Yeah.
But this is where you start getting like, wait, what?
How's this not possible?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm sure we're going to get
I think we're getting
tons,
those clues.
even maybe more clues, I don't know, of her saying things that are off. But it's going to be really interesting, though. Because you know how Rick says that the Percy Jackson universe is always the present universe? Mm-hmm. So, like, in this book, if it was 2011, then it was 2011 for Percy.
Yeah.
But now he's 17, and yet it's 2026.
Right.
In the books that he's... You know, like, that's how he says that's how it works, which I love. It just keeps it simple. You can put all the pop culture references in it, and you don't have to worry about what year it is. It's just whatever you want. But, so, I wonder what things she's gonna... Like, if she's older... How much older? You know what I mean? Like, is she gonna make like 2000s
She's
pop
gonna make 80s jokes? I'm
reference, or is she gonna like
she better not make me feel old. No, it's supposed to be because it's supposed to be like back in like what 1940s or something.
Yeah, I think so.
And this would have been like the 2000s. So you're talking like 60 years ago.
So maybe it will be like 80s.
Like, no, that's not 60 years ago.
I know, but like
no,
but the 80s are so iconic. No one cares about anything before that.
I do. No, the 60s.
I guess.
It could be something like that.
I just hope we get some like good references to whatever
Are you
time.
sure we're not just going to suddenly find out, like at just some point she's going to be like, wait a second, I'm a lot older than I think I am.
Yeah, she could just show up and be like, we stayed at the Lotus Casino and now it is 40 years later.
There is that possibility.
Yeah, but let's pretend not, because this is more fun.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So yeah, they do go into the the nice cool cars as the train is driving, right? And
yeah,
it's like they each get their own car or whatever.
Yeah, because they're on a train full of luxury cars, right? Like they're not actually
on a train
driving these cars. They're just sleeping in them.
They're literally just sleeping in. I mean, that's why Grover gets a Lamborghini.
Yeah,
but they all get a nice car.
Yes,
you know what I mean. And there is a short conversation between Thalia and Percy that I feel like we will have somewhere because they're going to talk about her trying to believe. Well, they're talking about her and Luke.
Yes,
right.
I'm sure we're gonna get.
She's all talking about her refusing to be a hunter and why she's mad at Zoe.
Yeah,
because Zoe got all mad at her for wanting to stick with Luke, and he's just like, like, are you able to do this even though it means killing him? And then her answer is, get out of my car.
Yeah.
So you get this idea. You see here that she's still conflicted about Luke, and you get the why she hates hunters. And the fact that, I think, is this somewhere here? She's like, oh yeah, she's like, maybe you should think about the fact that Annabeth wanted to join the Hunters too, which I'm like, okay, she was 7 at that time. Who cares?
She's just trying to make Percy mad.
Yeah.
But,
so this conversation is going to happen somewhere, but whether it happens here or not,
definitely. I will say, like, it kind of does make sense for her to be torn, because she hasn't, since she's come back, she hasn't seen Luke yet. So she's hearing that he's like this and he's like this. But I think it's, like, actually hard for her to believe that he's that far gone until she sees him and is like, oh, yeah, no, you've lost it.
Yeah. Well, we're also going to see
in
constantly her wavering, this weird waveringness of her all the way until the very end when she fights him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, that's fair. It's less fair for Annabeth, because Annabeth has seen him do these evil things in front of her face multiple times, and she's like, I think I can still save him. Thalia's like, I don't know, man. Like, you guys are saying a lot of things, but I don't know. And then she sees him and is like, oh, yeah. No.
True.
This is bad. You're far gone.
This is true. Yeah. Again, like they said about this season, they said it's a darker season, but with more humor. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting.
Yes.
And then we also get the conversation with Apollo here in his dream, right?
Which, again, if we've cast him, I'm sure we're going to see him a few times.
We have to, yeah.
So we're going to get this dream, I think, or something similar to it. Maybe it's not a dream specifically.
But I don't think we're going to get the dream where we keep getting this dream about Zoe and what happened between Zoe and Hercules.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or Perseus.
It just seems like we have too many storylines. Yeah, Hercules is correct.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that.
We have so many storylines going on that adding Zoe's storyline in here...
It's not important. enough that you can't just have communicated like, do you know what Zoe's problem is? Oh yeah, like, she's the one who da-da-da-da, and then she was left behind. And,
like we talked about last episode, Percy just knows her story from his mom.
Well, somehow it has to be said to us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, he might not be being told. He might say it to Zoe.
Right.
For all we know. Be like, I know what your problem is.
No, totally.
So,
at this point, they go to Cloudcraft, New Mexico, and we're in I Go Snowboarding with a Pig. Now, I love that chapter title so much for an episode title. But
it's pretty good.
Are we going to snowboard? Are we going to go on a pig?
But it gets this Pan moment. I mean, it doesn't have to be a pig. Right. It has nothing. It doesn't have to be anything with that. And I would have to say probably no. But I do think we're going to have a Pan moment for Grover. Because somehow, it keeps his story.
Because the pig was actually literally sent to them by Pan.
It was a blessing from Pan.
It was a blessing from Pan.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, there could be another blessing, which means what's the next title?
The next one is We Visit the Junkyard of the Gods. So that goes straight into seeing Aphrodite and...
Wow, so I Go Snowboarding with a Pig. This whole chapter covers that scene with them being in Cloudcraft.
Attacked by...
him drinking coffee and feeling like he's reached Pan somehow.
Yep.
Which starts a whole storyline of him constantly trying to drink espresso, which I don't think they're going to do.
I don't know if it has to be like that.
But anyways.
It could just be that they're fighting.
Being attacked by the skeletons and Bianca being able to kill one.
And then them escaping.
Which I hope they show. And then them escaping.
So if I had to guess, I'd just say that they are just wandering through somewhere. I don't know if it's Cloudcraft, New Mexico or what. They get attacked, and while they're being attacked, Grover gets this feeling from Pan, and Pan somehow saves them. After we get Bianca killing the skeleton.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it won't start with the coffee drinking thing.
We might get something where like some things peel off, little stone squirrels run off. Like it could be in a place like that where they all run off. It's like suddenly like there's like wildlife magic in the air suddenly. We could get something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's going to be a pig. I just can't see them all riding a pig.
No, that's like really hard to visually do.
Yeah. So something else is going to be sent somehow.
Pig could come and the pig could just run off the skeletons maybe.
Sure. Maybe.
I don't know. But skeletons are literally indestructible. Like they're not really scared. I mean, they're dead. They're not scared of anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see. We predict something else besides the pig.
Yeah, I would say so. So now we get to...
Could we skip that whole chapter altogether in the TV series, possibly?
I think we... No, well,
I think plot-wise it could almost
We could skip that chapter as long as we keep two things that happen and just put them in other places. Yeah. And that's Grover getting something from Pan.
Okay.
I just think that's important because Grover's storyline needs to be continued. Like, he was supposed to be searching last year, and now he's, like, on a hiatus. Right. But he needs to keep his storyline going. And I think that, of course, Bianca has to kill a skeleton. But that can happen at any of the skeleton attacks.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go that just gets skipped over, and those,
They just show up after the Apollo dream. They just show up at the junkyard of the gods, probably. Yeah. Yeah, I could totally see that happening.
Okay, good. So now we get to the place where... they find the junkyard, right?
Yeah, and we meet two gods here.
Oh my gosh, we meet
Aphrodite for the first time.
What do you think about the casting of Aphrodite?
I don't remember who it is.
Oh.
Sorry.
So they have cast Kate McKinnon as Aphrodite. Kate McKinnon is a really good comedian. She is the last person in the world I would ever expect to do Aphrodite.
Oh, I do know her.
Mm-hmm. She's very famous. She is hilarious. And you know what? Aphrodite can definitely be comedically done in a way of that just like, like, what's that?
Over the
top in love with herself.
Yes.
And in love with love. And thinking how cool it is that Percy and Annabeth are going to have a tragic relationship.
Yeah.
And she's going to throw some trouble in there, some, whatever. And he's like, no, thank you. I mean, that's not how the conversation goes exactly, but basically, right? So I can see it. I wasn't a fan. And I love her. I wasn't a fan.
I just think that, I don't know.
Is that a sign that we're getting more comedy?
Yes.
Maybe.
I don't think it's going to be an issue. The thing about Aphrodite, I don't know. It's very interesting to me. I just thought that they would cast a black Aphrodite. And let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because while he's looking at Aphrodite, she's like shifting. Like her eyes, she's kind of like shifting under his gaze to be the most beautiful to him. Mm-hmm. And who does she start kind of shifting into? She starts... like her eye shape, her eye color, Annabeth. She starts kind of getting Annabeth traits.
See, I don't think they're not going to hit that.
No, because that's really hard to do, like on camera and it not look like super AI and whack.
Yeah.
But if she just like kind of already looked like Annabeth,
And then she could say, he could be like, who does she look like to you? And someone could say something totally different. And like, what?
Yeah.
And we could realize that he's seeing Annabeth. That would be cool. But it's not going to happen. That's the whitest
she's very white and blonde. But that's that was my only hope for Aphrodite was to have this. But yeah, it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen.
I'm starting to warm up as I'm talking about it because I can see her and whatever his name is that plays Ares doing a good job together.
Oh yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I have to just say that in the book it always gives me so much like almost anxiety that they like get ready to go to sleep. They're like laying out their bedrolls when the limousine pulls up, and then he has to have the conversation. Yeah. And then after that, they just go right on their. They don't even go to sleep.
Yeah, they never.
I read it twice over to make sure I wasn't missing anything. They just literally
don't go to sleep.
Just decide not just to keep going. And I was like, no wonder she made that bad decision and died. She was tired.
She was so tired.
Anyways.
Yes. No, that's a great point. So we're going to get this, obviously, because Aphrodite's cast. Mm-hmm. I think she is going to talk about their love life. I think she's going to be hilarious.
Absolutely.
I think that Percy is going to be hilarious. I think this whole scene is going to be amazing. So.
Oh, and this is also where they have the conversation with with Bianca to figure out that, she was last around when Franklin Roosevelt was alive.
Yes.
But again, we don't know if we're just going to know all that in the beginning. I don't know if they're going to drag it out throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, who knows?
We'll see.
It could really just be the beginning. So they start going through this junkyard of Hephaestus. They are told not to take anything, to touch anything.
Which they're going to do.
they can touch it, but they just can't take it.
Yeah.
And then Bianca pockets...
Which one is it?
Hades.
That's the one.
A mytho-magic figure of
the
Hades.
one he's never had or whatever. Yeah.
The one god he was missing.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna die. Is it gonna be a giant junkyard robot? Probably.
I'm gonna say. Oh.
I mean, what else are they gonna put there instead? The Nemean lion? I'm just kidding.
No.
No.
No, it's gonna be some sort of robot. Maybe it won't be as humongous as the one they show where she literally goes into his foot from underneath.
Yeah, but then she's gonna sacrifice herself to save everybody else.
Uh-huh.
And she's gonna die. Yeah, I think that all this is gonna happen.
Yeah, and it's gonna be an intense episode.
It is going to be a very intense and very sad episode.
Now, will Disney let us name an episode I Have a Damn Problem?
It's DAM.
I know. I just don't know.
I don't know either.
They might, but this must be an episode to itself, the whole damn scene. Well, it needs to be.
It can be at least half an episode.
But then we need Rachel.
And Athena. Well, we already have her cast. That's not a problem.
That's right. We do get Athena in here briefly. They better show her in there.
I would love that so much. I love that little... Because that's like such a kind of brushed under the rug fact in the book. Because he doesn't know what Athena looks like.
Yeah. He just sees her gray eyes.
Yeah.
And thinks it's Annabeth.
Yeah. But we literally get Athena as a tour guide giving him advice and stuff. We have so many gods helping.
On this quest at this point, yeah. All secretly because they don't want to get in trouble with Zeus, who's got to know they're doing it because he's Zeus. And he's choosing not to pay attention, but that's okay.
Zeus is the worst.
We get Hera in the next season. I cannot wait to see who they...
I hate Hera so great. Like, I just love Hera.
I hate Hera so greatly.
I do. She is like the
she needs
evil
to be
stepmother.
Super pretty. That's what I want. I want someone like... I don't know why.
I want really homey.
Oh, not me.
I don't know what that word means. That might be like a mean description. So I'm sorry. But what I mean by that is like look very like
she could be taking a bunch of kids and having homeschooling them at home or whatever.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how you would really show that.
We're jumping to season 4 now. Sorry, I had to say that. Okay, that's good. It's different when I was thinking. Okay, yeah. So they now find their way to the dam, Hoover Dam. Now, he does see Bessie outside the water here. Again, it would be nice to see that so we know Bessie's following him in whatever pools of water is around. Because that way you can get the danger of him thinking about Bessie later,
Yeah.
But I don't know if they'll do that or not. It may not be as important to them.
Well, they're like going up the river.
Yeah.
I mean, it would Percy is using his water powers.
Yep.
No, he's using the Naiads. The Naiads are helping them because Percy's there.
Okay, so we assume they're going to do the damn thing. We are assuming right now they won't have Rachel Elizabeth Dare, which is... I don't understand how that works into season 4, but... the skeletons show up. Maybe they have a food fight?
You said you don't think she's going to be there?
Well, they have... there's no sign of them casting her, and there's not even like a niggle of a sign, and I'm going to say that
I still think that if she's not there, that my other prediction is
he's gonna like come out and say like
he's gonna have the phone number. Oh. Doesn't he have the phone number written?
That doesn't happen until the beginning of book 4 when she sees
right.
him.
You're right.
He doesn't have any connection to her. That's why when he sees her at the school in the beginning of book 4, he's like, "Why are you here?" And she's like, "What? You thought I lived at Hoover Dam?" I think he was like, well I just didn't expect you to show up
anywhere. Anywhere in the world, but you live in New York.
Anyways, that's what she writes her, like right in front of Annabeth, she writes her number on his arm.
Yeah. But in her defense, she's just saying, like, you need to explain yourself. I've covered for you twice now.
Yeah.
Call me and explain what your deal is.
You're also the only person who I can talk to about this stuff. Everybody else would think I'm crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, she does do it right in front of Annabeth.
I know. That's why I'm saying that, like, book 4, season 4 is not going to be as exciting if we're starting without having at least known of Rachel. So we'll see. You want to say that they're going to... We'll just throw this out there. I'm going to say that somehow they're going to not do it and it's going to be upsetting. And you say that they're going to do it off camera. If they're not going
to cast her, then it might just be it could just be a throwaway to the fans where Percy says, like, oh, I almost killed a mortal. Thank God this is celestial bronze.
Yeah.
And that's all we get.
Yeah.
And then we could get a flashback in season 4. That's how they could do it. They could show that scene. Like, they could do, like, a flashback of him talking to her in the bathroom.
Yeah. Deep down, I'm really hoping that they're hiding her casting.
Me too. That's what I really want, too.
Yeah.
So they laugh about the dam. It's very funny. Then the skeletons show up.
Yeah.
And they start a food fight in the cafeteria.
They do.
I would love a food fight.
I want to
see
the food fight.
I don't think they're going to do it.
Okay.
I think they're just going to get attacked.
When they run out...
aren't there, like, statues?
Yeah, so when they run out, there's these bronze angels that are, like, there for Zeus, not Goose. And they fly them. The bronze angels
they save them.
Yeah, she actually, Percy's like, you need to pray to Zeus because they're being surrounded by
There's 2 angels, but they're big and they hold 2 people each.
Okay. So with that in mind, how are they getting out from, the thing that's really good about this is she is praying to Zeus and he listens.
Yes.
Even though he tries to kill her later on.
Well, he's probably changing his mind back and forth too. Just like
I don't know, girl. Anyways, so are we going to have that? I just don't know. I can see us not. But then how are we going to get there? How are we getting from the Hoover Dam to San Francisco? Is Annabeth... No, because Annabeth's... Do we ever hear that Annabeth's father moves to San Francisco? Not in season 2, right? That doesn't get brought up.
Oh,
so he randomly living near the Hoover Dam and then he flies them or something. See, this is he is cast.
It's genuinely this part of the book that I start feeling like things are going to go off.
Yeah, because... So, we do know they're going to go to Annabeth's dad's house and ask for his help.
Okay, because he's been cast.
Because he's been cast.
Okay.
So, that's happening.
So, I don't know about the bronze statues. Maybe Zeus just conjures some cars or something.
This is where they should have been friends with Rachel Elizabeth Dare. She would have just pulled over any limo driver somehow and kicked out the occupant. No, I don't know.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Well, maybe that's how she could be in New York. I don't know if her fame reaches Hoover Dam.
Yeah. Okay. So wow, I can't even predict this at all. I want to say we're not getting the angels. There's going to be another way.
Yeah, I feel like that's true too. It could still be Thalia talking to Zeus.
It's a cute scene with these angels sound like they're from the Bronx or something like that. I don't know. That's what I read in my head.
Or it could be like that same prediction that I've already had of like, we'll see bronze statues. Thalia will pray. We'll see them like start to move, like their wings will start to move, and then we'll cut to Clarice. And then
whatever she's doing.
When we cut back, kind of like with the hippocampi. I mean, this is what they did with the hippocampi. It was like at the end of the episode, they was like, let's go get them. And then at the beginning of the next episode, it's like, bye, hippocampi.
True.
So it could just be like the statues.
So this could end the episode here, and then they could be dropped off.
Yeah, and then you can see them like in the very distance flying away. It's like, thanks, guys.
Sure. Okay.
So it could be like that.
I'll take your prediction.
All right.
I might still lean the other way just so we have some differences, but okay, good. So with chapter 15 is I wrestle Santa's evil twin. See, again, this is one of those things where you could literally leave this whole thing out. This is all this does is tell us that Bessie is the monster.
Yeah, but Percy's so smart in this, and he does such a good job, and he
I'm just
tricks
saying
him
that you
so
could
well.
miss it because I forget about this scene all the time. It just doesn't It's not anything that needs...
I know, I forgot about it too. I'm always like, I always see the episode title. I'm like, oh yeah, this happens. Or the chapter title.
Right. So it's an interesting thing. I just can't see it happening in the TV show. He's going to wrestle this old homeless person. Well, I mean, as it is, even when he's doing it, he's already like, this looks bad, you know?
Yeah. That's
This
true.
is Nereus. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Nereus.
I mean, you're not wrong. Maybe Aphrodite just tells them, or someone else just tells them. Apollo comes back in a dream.
Apollo could be the one to
Poseidon
tell them.
comes in a dream. Anyone comes in a dream.
Some god's
Grover,
gonna drop the bomb.
Not Grover. Tyson is just like, oh yeah, Bessie.
Oh my
I know
God.
everything about Bessie.
Clarice is gonna show up.
Clarice is best friends with Bessie.
This is the relationship where she's the toolage for. Sorry, that's the word she used in the interview. No, what if Clarice has something to do with this scene? She comes in here. I don't know. That's just crazy. I can't think of. Could she be like literally on vacation? No, wait, what's happening? What time of the year is this? This is in the middle of winter. That's right. This is all happening on winter break.
Yes.
And Clarice wasn't there. She could literally be... No, she's supposed to be in the
Maybe
labyrinth.
they met up with her in Arizona.
Maybe she's popping out of the labyrinth somewhere.
Yeah. That could get her anywhere.
But that doesn't help us really figure out. Okay, we're finding out the Bessie is the monster. No predictions as to why? I mean, as to how? I really can't predict it. I just feel like we're not going to see this guy.
I don't know. Maybe they don't know until they meet up with Aphrodite. Nope. Artemis.
Yeah, see, here he says, he points out that, oh, she's right there. We hear them moo. And then Zoe's like, wait, I'm a fool. I know this story. And then she remembers the story.
Zoe just tell them then?
Well, what is she just going to randomly remember halfway through? Because we're supposed to not know.
Yeah.
So I really want them to draw out the suspense
Me
on
too.
who the monster is. Please don't tell us in the beginning.
Anyone could tell them. Anyone could tell them. I know that doesn't help predictions-wise, but my prediction is it'll just be whoever's most convenient.
Oh, no. I got it. All this time, all this time, Percy has been seeing Bessie. He hasn't told anybody else he's seen Bessie.
That's true.
And then they're standing here, and the Bessie's like, moo, and Zoe's like, wait, you know this cow? And he's like, oh, yeah, she's been following me all over. And she's like, I know this story. This is the first time Zoe even sees the cow. Yes. And then she tells, this is the cow that if you sacrifice, what is it? What happens if you sacrifice it? You can destroy the gods somehow.
You can, something
the power. You get the power to destroy the gods.
Yeah.
Okay, that's got to be how it goes.
Yeah.
How they get into this conversation, I don't know. They're in San Francisco. They're by the bay. There's the cow. I don't know.
Or it could happen while they're at Hoover Dam.
It could. And then they can be like, oh. Well, then they would have to send Grover off then, which is totally okay. They could totally send Grover
completely
off
fine. Because he goes right at the beginning of this anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. So sometime between Hoover Dam and San Francisco, Zoe will tell us.
Yeah. But this is also where Dr. Thorne shows up and decides to try to kill him. And then we get that, like, calling. Who are they calling? They were trying to call Chiron, and, like, Mr. D's, like, rummaging through the... He's just like, sorry, he's not here right now, whatever. And and then he ends up helping. He's like, well, you could ask. You could say please or something. And then Percy finally does. And then he ends up helping all while he's just looking for something to eat in the fridge. It's great. Well, I don't think they'll do it with him rummaging through the fridge, but I bet you they'll do this scene.
Yes.
Because we got to see that Dr.
Thorne is going to come in a few times, because again, casting.
Yep, and we got to see Mr. D, how powerful he is, because right now he's just a weirdo at the camp. Yeah. This is his sign. This is a way to show us. Like,
it's like, oh yeah, he is a god.
And he can make people go crazy.
Fully a god.
Yeah.
And this is his power.
He snaps their mind. Although he says that it will wear off because, Zeus wouldn't be happy if he was just like ruining mortals out there. So
yes.
Oh my God, I love that conversation with Mr. D so much. So I really hope so.
Yes, I think it'll happen.
Yeah.
So
that really ends that chapter. Now they know they have to go to the garden of her sisters.
Yes, and they have to get there by sunset because it was only open.
It's like right at sunset when they
sunrise
come out or something like that, or right at sunset they can do something that makes them get through there. But this is where they have to go see Annabeth's dad. If they're gonna do it in this order, this is where they go see Annabeth's dad to get a car, which I feel like takes so long. They go and they literally have cookies and sandwiches. I'm like, you guys are on a timeline.
They haven't eaten. You're always worried about these guys eating, and now you want them to
Run
hurry.
Run and eat. But yes, Dr. Chase is... Somehow they're going to go to Annabeth's dad here. Because either he's going to fly them there and stick around, or they're going to take his car. I think...
But what about Zeus shooting them with a lightning bolt? Because I don't know if that'll happen if Chase is in the vehicle.
Yeah. Well, they can all jump out of the vehicle. It's just the same with him there or not.
Not if it's a helicopter. Can't go up in a helicopter anyways.
Okay, yeah. Although he does get flown out. but that's okay. In the Sopwith camel plane.
Yeah. I guess
I could have said that wrong. Then. No one yell at me.
That's a great point. Just plot. Whenever it's plot.
Do you think he'll be flying? I mean, I don't know. I just don't know if he's going to save the day shooting everybody from a plane. I just would like to see that.
Yeah, I'm going to say no. I think we're only going to get him in his house.
Okay.
And that's it.
Yeah, because they can get out of there. Okay, good. So they get his car and they drive up to this whole thing with the sisters and the garden and the sisters and the dragon. Again, there's so much of this book. Why do I have so much of this book where I'm like, you could just scrap this in my head?
I know.
Does it show you how much I don't like this book?
It's a very middle book.
Wow, that's crazy. I couldn't do that at all. The last book and the book before, I'm like, they better have this.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I do not care about this happening at all. It's how they get the dragon.
So boring.
It's how they get the guardian for their tree at camp.
I mean, it's good action, I guess. Maybe it'll be a lot more exciting in the TV show than it is in the book.
Maybe.
I mean, all they really do is argue with the sisters, wake up the dragon. I feel like they're going to have this for the whole Zoe and her father scene, because this is getting past the garden to where Mount whatever they call it is.
Yeah.
Mount Tam?
But what if they just take this out? I don't know. I know it sets up Zoe's story, but we could also just hear about it in a quick scene where she talks about her sisters or something.
I can see it going either way so 50-50 right now. I can't even predict. What do you want to predict?
I think they're not going to do it. Or they're going to do it differently. Very differently.
You know what? They're going to do one of those things where, like, they're just going to take a different part of this whole myth, like they do with, like, Cersei and...
Yeah. They're just going to, like, rewrite the myth of it.
Yeah.
Or do it, like, from
why not?
A different perspective of how the myth works.
Sure, why not?
That's what I think.
I have, like, so no care on that. It's not even funny, and I'm sad. That's okay. I'm trying to hold, do my job of being like, they need to follow the book, and then I'm like, man, I don't care.
I put on a few million extra pounds.
Oh, Lordy.
Great episode title.
That is great.
So,
100% Percy's taking over holding the sky.
This is a big fight that's happening. There's a lot going on. Percy takes over the sky with Annabeth.
No. Annabeth's not holding the sky.
Right.
He's holding the sky.
Sorry.
The whole reason
I knew there was someone there.
The whole reason he takes over the sky is because they need that god to be fighting the Titan.
They cannot win.
They can't win otherwise. So...
And then they get the Titan back under the mountain.
He takes it over, and then Artemis eventually throws the Titan towards his way, and he moves out of the way.
And lets go at the right moment.
Yeah. So that all has to happen. That's great. That's great action. We're going to see this whole fight. This is also where Thalia...
And then Zoe is going to die.
Yes, but this is also where Thalia and Luke have their, like, confrontation,
Yes. This is also when the pool is there, and they're calling Bessie.
That's a little bit... Oh, no, you're right. Wait. That all happens first, I guess.
That
the
does
whole,
happen
like,
first.
Trying to tempt Thalia to do it. The whole, conversation with Luke. This is the first time she's seeing Luke since it's happened. That's going to be intense.
Yeah, this is going to be... It's going to be a
They might
whole
pull
thing.
some heartstrings on this, really. They might really make us feel Thalia's...
Oh, yeah.
Like, Luke, why are you doing this? Why are you... Whatever,
Definitely.
And you're going to think that Thalia is going to turn.
Oh, they're going to make you really believe it. And then the episode's going to end. And then we're going to start the next...
Maybe.
I totally
That's actually a great place to end the episode. But yeah, so then the fight happens.
Yep. So it's totally going to happen. Intense. Amazing. Of course, Percy has to hold the world briefly.
Yeah.
Of course, Artemis is going to fight and all that.
Yes.
So this is going to be amazing. Yes, like we said, Zoe's going to die.
Yeah.
And then Luke falls off a cliff, doesn't he?
Yeah, Thalia's fighting him.
But Thalia wins.
I forget how it exactly happens. I feel like she's sort of... he accidentally falls off and she was sad about it, but...
She was a little bit... Well, Annabeth screams, Luke!
Yeah.
And screams, no!
Well, it says that without thinking, Thalia kicked Luke away. He lost his balance and then fell. So she didn't, like, particularly try to whatever, but...
Yes, and Annabeth freaks out about it.
She sure does. But then she also later says he's not dead, so...
Yes. Oh, gosh. So, but I think that he has to fall off a cliff. Because all of us think he's definitely dead. And this is our first hint as to him bathing in the river Styx. The fact that he could survive this fall.
I forgot that he bathed in the river Styx.
Yep.
Wow.
And this is our first hint that he's changing his body in order to be able to take Kronos in.
Does he ever tell us what was his anchor to the world? Like,
I think it was also
Annabeth. Was it also Annabeth? That's what I think too, now that I'm... Or was it Thalia?
the two of them. I don't know. We only know how it works for Percy. We don't know how it works for anyone else.
I wonder if we would actually find that out, though. Would we see him bathe in the river Styx? I would love that. That would be.
We wouldn't even find out that that's true until the 5th book.
Oh, well, then we could get a flashback of it. But
we could get a flashback.
I mean, that would be an amazing, like, deep cut from the TV show to show us that, but they may not.
It would be amazing, but it would probably be in the 5th book.
I do like the idea that Dr. Chase comes in and somehow saves Annabeth here. I would like to see that.
I just think, just like every season we've seen before, the end is where it's all going to be different.
Okay, right. So how do we end here? We end here with... So they send them back with Blackjack. Somehow Blackjack and his buddies all show up there, and then they go straight to Olympus.
Yes.
And then that's where the gods vote how to kill us.
A great last chapter, or last episode title.
Yeah, but are they really going to end with just
or
them
get
voting?
a new enemy for Christmas?
They get a new enemy for Christmas. See, I want to think that they're going to end with the cliffhanger of, like, the labyrinth is happening.
Yes.
But,
probably.
The big fight might be this big fight with a little bit at the end of the episode. Like, could that be the last episode with a little bit at the end of the episode of talking to the gods?
Yeah.
Because now we have Aphrodite, Ares, Apollo, Poseidon, Hermes, Dionysus, and Zeus. That's 7 gods. Is that all? We have Hephaestus.
Do you think they're going to change how Olympus looks?
We have Hephaestus. Do you think he'll come back? Do you think... I want to get all the council. Who else are we missing? We don't have Demeter's? No.
Demeter.
Yeah.
Or Demeter.
Demeter, thanks. I know saying it wrong.
Persephone, because she wasn't there.
Well, yeah, but she's not in the council of the gods.
Oh.
It's the three brothers with Dionysus, Hephaestus, Apollo, Hermes. Oh my god, there's so many guys.
Artemis.
And then there's Artemis,
Athena,
Aphrodite.
We have almost everyone.
And Demeter.
Yeah.
Or Demeter.
Yeah, however you say it. We do have almost everyone, don't we?
No one really cares about Demeter, sorry. I'm just joking. Someone out there just
focused on the cereal.
Someone out there just turned off my podcast.
She just wants whole grain cereal.
Oh god. Yes, definitely. I think we're going to get a Council of the Gods at the end, but I think
it would be... I want it so bad.
I think this fight is going to be the ending fight because they like to end with something.
I know.
Which makes sense.
But what if Clarissa's story is, like, really building and her final end of her story is what we end the season with instead of this fight? Because if she has a whole side thing going on that we have no clue what it could be her super intense scene that ends it, and then her showing up and be like, the labyrinth, it's here, or whatever. I don't know. I forget how that reveal happens.
That reveal that the labyrinth makes it into the, like, actually is an entrance is not until book 4.
Wait, but what about Nico?
Yeah, Nico is supposed to basically say,
and blah blah blah.
You're now my enemy for life. Okay. Not really.
I think we have to just officially think, what is the last episode going to contain? Maybe it'll end.
I still think it's the fight.
I think it'll start with the end of the fight. Like, the episode before is most of the fight.
Okay.
The last episode starts with the fight ending, like Luke falling off the cliff, Zoe dying.
So we get the Council of the Gods.
Then they go to Olympus. We get the Council of the Gods. And Athena threatens Percy, like, you should stay away from my daughter. I don't like to be friends with my daughter. Because that's great.
Although this Athena is the one that basically tried to kill them in St. Louis. I would just like to point out her own freaking daughter. This is that
I just
Athena.
assume that all of season 1 is not canon. I hope they change how Olympus looks completely. I hate how it looked in season 1. It's all dark and weird.
Yeah.
Just make it normal and, like, lovely.
Yeah, wow.
So,
well, I don't know. I'm very not happy with the Athena of this universe. But okay, so then it ends with that, and then
he goes back to camp.
We have Nico being mad at him and saying, like,
we get a final skeleton attack. It's still an attack. He fights some skeletons, kinda,
and then Clarice comes out of a
Nico saves him and also hates him.
Do we get Clarice and Chris Rodriguez at the end?
No.
I
don't know.
I don't think we're going to end with a Clarice. I think maybe only, like, the same way they did the dance at the end of... I think just with that type of little thing, we're going to see Clarice, like, almost die in the labyrinth.
Ending either with Nico just, like, disappearing into the woods and, like, it's being like, okay, bye, Nico. Or if they can really hold out on us not knowing the whole season, not knowing that Nico and Bianca are Hades' kids, then what an end would that be of being like...
Oh, and maybe
Son of Hades.
Maybe someone saying, wait, Percy, he could be the kid of the prophecy or something.
Yeah. Oh, also, we have to have the Council of the Gods because Thalia has to become a hunter.
Oh,
Obviously.
Thalia could become a hunter after Zoe died right there.
Yes, that's true. But it's so much better when she, like...
Does it in front of her dad as a good, like... Sorry, Dad.
Yes!
Yeah.
Like, and especially in front of the council where he can't do anything about it. She's
maybe
basically
they do
turning
it that
down
way
her fate. She's
yeah.
like, the fate that you literally created me for, I am denying it.
Yeah.
But respectfully. And you can't say no, because Artemis is right there.
Yeah. Maybe. Oh my goodness. I feel like my predictions have gone all over the place. Okay.
I know.
Well, I think that's the best I can do on this.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then if we were to pick our 8 favorite
we don't have
episode
to
names,
go into the reason why exactly. Mm-hmm. Just pick 8.
I like either my rescue operation goes very wrong or the vice principal gets a missile launcher. I still think it's the first one. What do you think?
I think my rescue operation goes very wrong.
Okay. We're not going to get Thalia torches New England. I place an underwater phone call, but everybody hates me, but the horse is more like it.
Yep, I think that's
but
number 2.
That's only 2 episodes.
I know, but it's 20 chapters and you have to pick 8 of them. And I feel like there's way better chapter titles here at the end where things can get drawn out more. But the beginning's going to go quick.
Yeah.
I learned how to... going to go quick.
Yeah. I learned how to grow zombies.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm. I think that's a great one. I think then it's going to be we visit the junkyard of the gods.
Yep, but that's only 4. Okay, 4. And then 5 would be I have a damn problem.
I would love that.
Yeah.
6 is I put on a few million extra pounds.
Okay.
7, the gods know how to kill us, and no, see, that doesn't make sense.
No, because the gods know how to kill us, and we lost the plot.
We've lost the plot.
the gods know how to kill us, and I get an enemy for Christmas is all going to be one.
There's no way it's 2 episodes.
That's one.
Okay, well we got to go back then. So then it's going to be Bianca D'Angelo makes a choice. As number 2. Everyone hates me, but the horse as number 3.
What is Bianca D'Angelo's? Oh, choice. Oh, becoming
to join the hunters.
Sorry.
It's okay. And then I make a dangerous promise. Could be an episode title. Okay. Visit the junkyard of the gods.
Mm-hmm. Put it on a few million
extra pounds. And then the last one could be either the gods will have to kill us or I get a new ending.
Yeah, both of those are good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So there you go. Lock it in. I think that was 8. I actually stopped counting at the end.
Whatever.
Something like that.
It was good enough. Oh my goodness. Okay, well that's the best you can do when you the problem we have is 1, we're
getting conflicting information from the
cast.
Yeah.
2, the casting throws us off just by who's cast, who isn't. And then we just have the fact that the first season gave us a certain idea of how the writers were writing things. But then the second season they changed it.
Yes. And now it's third season Walker's saying it's going to be the most faithful. But what does that even mean?
But yeah, if that's the case, I'm sort of okay, so you picked the book that I have the least amount of sentimentalness to, and you're going to make that one the most...
Well, so are we getting... I assume the 4th one will be even more accurate. And the 5th one will just be a page for page breakdown of the TV show.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what to say. I don't even know if this was even useful to anybody.
Maybe Walker forgot what the 3rd book's about, and he's like, yeah, it's the most...
Because he's like us. He's like, wait, what is book 3 about?
It's the most faithful, I think. I actually don't remember half the plot of it.
You know what? If you're out there listening to this and you actually loved book 3 the most and it's your favorite book, I so actually want to hear from you. Not in any kind of... Just I want to know what you loved about book 3 because I need someone to give me why this is... I mean, I read this book. I don't dislike it. I totally enjoy the book. It just doesn't pop out to me.
I know.
I mean, okay, now if you're a major Nico fan, I can see this being one of your favorite books.
You see him twice.
Oh, but this is when Nico is introduced. Yeah. Nico fans are out there, man. I mean, they are that is one of the most solid part of our fandom is the Nico fans.
So true.
And if you really follow, okay, so the next book actually is a great Nico book.
Yes, way more.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah. And then the whole, oh man, yeah, I can't wait until him and Percy have to go off on their own little adventure.
Then
Percy getting kidnapped by his dad and that whole thing. Oh my gosh, that's the best. That's the Nico book. This is not the Nico book.
No, Nico's just here.
He's kind of a baby in this book.
He is. He doesn't this book is very formative to who Nico becomes.
Yes, but that's not it.
But that's about it.
Okay, well, anyways. Thanks for sticking with us if you're still listening. I mean, if you haven't turned us off by now.
Yes. You should email us about your favorite book being the 3rd book.
Yeah,
if it
definitely.
Is. Or why it's your least favorite book. If you agree with us.
Either one.
Our email is campcomparisons@gmail.com.
Yeah. Our next episode's going to be a comparison of movie 2 to the season 2.
So not the book.
Not the book.
Nothing
just
but the book.
season to the movie. Just because why not? It's something we can do.
Yes.
And that will be 2 weeks from the release of this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
We also have socials, Facebook and Instagram and Threads, Camp Comparisons Podcast. So you can find us there. Yeah. You can rate and review our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, which would be great.
Yeah, we would very much appreciate that.
Yes, and we will read your review on the podcast. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys, until next time.
See you at camp.
Bye.
Bye.